games in a row, everybody's panicking. Like, oh my God, the Cavs are ruined. It's like, no, calm down. The Cavaliers are going to be okay.
They started, like, they got off to a great start. Like, them and the Cubs, like, they were.
Welcome to the Triangle. DJ Hopkins, David Huffman. We're running solo today. We got nobody else with us. How you doing? Yeah? All right, man. Let's talk about some sports. Let's talk about the Final Four. Who are you most surprised that is actually in the Final Four out of the 4 teams that made it?
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga? Why? Because you're just a hit?
No, not a hedge because they never make it. They're always good, but they always come up short.
Yeah, South Carolina has a. Oregon hadn't been there since 1939.
Since the very first Final Four.
So yeah, we have 2 teams that have never made it, almost never, and then we have North Carolina, who has a ton of national championships and been there like
ESPN shared a stat of minutes coached in the Final Four. Like Roy Williams has coached a total of 520 minutes in the Final Four.
Everybody else nothing.
Everybody else is 0. Zero. 520 and 3 zeros.
What do we think about this group of these 4 teams? Like,
don't sleep on South Carolina.
Yeah, I mean they barely made the tournament. Look at them; they go through their whole Midwest or whatever region they were in. Go through the whole region.
Like defensively, they will put the clamps on you defensively.
And what do you think this is doing for Thornwell's draft stock? Like what was he before? Was he even on the radar of anybody?
I don't think anyone knew about Sindarius Thornwell till probably this tournament started. But that's how it usually goes for a lot of players. Like who heard of C.J. McCollum before?
Lehigh beat Duke. Yeah, I mean that's true. But
who heard of Steph Curry before?
Davidson? Well, I mean he's the son of Del Curry, so I guess it's a little bit different.
Once again, who heard of Steph Curry before?
All right, fair enough. Do you think North Carolina is going to win?
It's not a lock, but like they have a 25% chance to win, just like everybody else do.
I don't know. I just feel like this. Besides North Carolina, I feel like this is like one of the weaker Final Fours we've seen in a long time.
It's the most surprising Final Four, that's for sure.
Only 667 brackets had this as the Final Four out of all of them that people filled out.
Are all 600? Wait, how much? 667
brackets.
Are all those like in the South Carolina region?
I don't know. I can't answer that question, but
everybody knows the state of North Carolina put either Duke or North Carolina in theirs, and all of South Carolina put South Carolina in theirs. So that surrounding region had to help.
And then you got this like Gonzaga. Like everybody thought they were going to eventually fall apart. Like
because they should have lost to Northwestern.
You think if Northwestern had made it, they would be in the Final Four?
No, they would. I had Northwestern beating Gonzaga, but
losing to West Virginia.
Yeah.
And I felt like Xavier was like totally overmatched in their game against Gonzaga. I think their luck finally ran out. Like they looked overwhelmed, overmatched.
It's just like the clock struck midnight on them.
Yeah, it's like
quickly.
Especially when Gonzaga was shooting the basketball as good as they did, like it was over. Like it never had a chance.
And then UCLA, they lost to Kentucky. I just think UCLA just didn't have enough firepower to match up to keep up with Monk and De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox was, man, I think he's going to be big time pro. Like I'm like super excited about his potential in the NBA. Like I think
I just hate how people troll Lonzo Ball on Twitter talking about he's trash, he's this. I'm all like, 1, he's not. 2, he doesn't speak for his dad, and 3, UCLA doesn't get that far without him.
That's true.
Period.
Also, somebody changed like the Wikipedia page of De'Aaron Fox to Lonzo Ball's dad.
Jesus Christ.
Like, yeah, people are having too much fun. But what do you think, like, of those Kentucky guys, now that they're out of the tournament? So, like, Calipari, like, his legacy, so he's only got the 1. He's got that tarnished Memphis, that tarnished 1. And, like, isn't UConn all his stuff? UConn rescinded 2 or wherever he was before? UMass?
UMass before that stuff. I'll give him that stuff. I still count the stuff at Memphis. Like, just because they take it away doesn't mean it didn't happen.
That's true.
Like, all that stuff happened.
But yeah, they've rescinded it, and he's only got the 1. I mean, he has like these 5-star recruits every single season, and he just never seems to be able to put it together.
Except for the one time he had
Anthony Davis. Yeah, and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Anthony Davis. Okay.
I like Michael Kidd-Gilchrist sometimes.
I've said this time and time again. On that team, AD was the only one that was legit NBA ready.
Brandon
Knight was not on that team.
No, that's the guy who ended up on the Bulls was on that team, right?
So,
Marcus Teague. Yeah.
He was nowhere near NBA ready. But anyway.
So what about?
For some reason, when it comes to like championships, validation comes with two.
Well, you could say the same thing with NFL quarterbacks.
I mean,
Like the difference between 1 and 2 is
like,
a big deal.
It comes in two. Like if you win your first one, it's like, hey, you got one, but the pressure. There's even more pressure to do it again because that second one validates you. Like validates you as a coach, validates you, like everything validates your program, everything. So for Calipari is probably one of the best recruiters
Ever?
But when it comes to actual coaching, it's like looked at like, yeah, he gets all these 5-star, he gets all these top-notch guys, but he can't win. Like he's only won one championship. Like if you year in and year out, if you told me that Coach K or Roy Williams or Izzo or Bill Self, if they had like the number one recruiting class
Every season.
every single season, they only had one national championship to their name, they would get dragged through the mud, and it's not even.
But I think the fact, factor in the fact that he takes all these freshmen and so basically every season he has to
all of those guys take in a lot of freshmen.
I mean, Bill Self. I mean, does he even have a national championship at Kansas?
Yeah.
Besides the Mario Chalmers one, does he have another?
Yeah.
Where did he get the other? I don't think he's got to.
Yes, he does. Bill Self has at least 2 national championships.
Where did he get the other one?
We don't have to look it up right now, but he has at least 2. I'm pretty sure he has at least 2.
I don't think he does. I think he's only got the one.
It was just because he get all those coaches I just
Wait, did that
named,
Kirk Heinrich team win one?
No, they lost to Syracuse. Oh yeah, he only has the one.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, he's only got the one.
In 08.
Yeah, the Mario Chalmers team. They beat Derrick Rose.
Anyway, but you winning that second one, it's kind of like you said quarterbacks. Like when Eli Manning won that second Super Bowl, it lifted a huge weight off his shoulder because it proves that first one wasn't a fluke.
I mean, that's been the big knock on Brett Favre's career. You only got that one ring.
Because has how many? 5, 4 or 5.
Yeah, something like that.
Roy Williams has 2, 3, at least 3.
Yeah, something like that.
So Boeheim only has 1. Izzo has 1.
I thought Izzo's got.
Calipari has 1.
You sure Izzo doesn't have 2?
He has 1. He won in 2000.
Didn't he have that Mateen Cleaves team?
Is that the team that won? Pretty sure Izzo only has 1.
He's only got 1.
2000.
Yeah, 2000.
And Bill Self only has 1. So all these guys we know they are great coaches. It's no secret that they are great coaches. But at the same time, it's the only knock against them is they can't win when it counts, which I think is terrible.
Well, I think it's especially that's the same thing with the NFL because it's a do or die situation. You only get one game, and
that's it.
So if you do make bad coaching decision or one of your best players does an off night, which can happen in a one situation, if the pressure can kind of get to a young kid, they're young, man, 18, fresh out of high school,
19 years old.
I don't even know if to drink alcohol, and they're supposed to put in these pressure situations with cameras everywhere,
They can't do nothing. They gotta be squeaky clean during that entire one season.
Yeah,
or however long they decide to stay, if they decide to stay.
So Lonzo Ball declared for the draft. I kind of thought he was gonna stay for one more season.
Why?
Play with his brother. Yeah, no. You have a little bit of fun with that.
You have a chance to be a top 3 pick.
So who would you rather have, Lonzo Ball or De'Aaron Fox?
Ball.
Okay, fair enough. For what reasons? You think he's a better shooter, better decision maker?
I think he's a better overall playmaker. When you look at him head to head, it's it's pretty even kill. You can't go wrong with either one. But I think Lonzo Ball he makes everyone around him
better. I mean, yeah, that team was pretty much they were not good without until he got there.
Steve Alford was talking about they was petitioning to get him fired. People were flying banners across in the the little mini airplanes. People attached a banner and flew it over UCLA's football practice. Fire Steve Alford. Really? He gave back his bonus to the school.
What?
He last season he gave his bonus back to the school.
So of the Kentucky guys, Malik Monk or De'Aaron Fox, who'd you rather have?
Bam Adebayo.
You rather have him over both of them?
Can't teach 6'10".
What do you think? What do you think his ceiling is? Do you think he's gonna be better than Serge? Like, do you think he's like that? Do you think that's what he like translates
He
into
would
the
have
NBA?
to develop into Serge. I described him today. I described him today, and I forgot the comparison I made to him that quick. Because if he can get like because the only time I saw him with the ball today, he was trying to post up, and you tried to post up Kennedy Meeks, and that didn't work so well in your favor. I mean, don't get me wrong, you 6'10", 260, 270, but Kennedy Meeks is also 6'10", but that's like 280, 290.
And he's been in those.
He's been there for
4 seasons.
Like 4 years, so it's like yeah. But no, like real talk, I would probably take. You can't go wrong with either one of those guys either.
I think De'Aaron Fox is special. He's got he's all kinds of fast.
I think he's the sneaky one of the two. Like people were so focused on Malik Monk, like he was the one that was making hit, like Malik Monk, but next thing you know, De'Aaron Fox drops 39 on somebody, and it's like.
Well, do you think he benefits from the fact that he had Malik Monk on his team? So like he was able to they were double teaming Malik Monk and like De'Aaron Fox. If you're gonna get your points, you're gonna beat us. That's how it's gonna go.
Exactly, and I don't know, like if I had to choose, like once again, you can't go wrong with either one, but I'll probably take Monk. We can't go wrong with either one.
I love De'Aaron Fox. I want him to be a Bull real bad. I think he is special.
That mock draft I was telling you about, like the Bulls get the 18th pick, and it is a typical Bulls pick.
What do we get?
Luke Kennard.
Oh no.
That is a typical Bulls.
All right, let's talk about like some bad coaching that went on in the NCAA tournament towards the end. So the Wisconsin game. So I don't understand. Like you were against Florida, yeah. You brought up like why were they pressing when like 7 seconds? Why you just let them take the ball up?
It's like 4 seconds left.
I think it was 7. Or no, yeah, 4. Yeah.
It's 4 seconds left, and Florida has to take the ball 90 feet to get a shot off. And Bo Ryan is not Wisconsin's coach anymore, is he?
No,
okay.
He retired.
So I don't know who the coach is right now, but he decided to have his guys pick Florida's guys up.
Well, yeah,
not at 90, but at like let's say
basically
90. And Chiazzo, he just gets the ball and he just weaves and he just heaves up a 3 for the win, and it goes in.
It was exactly like the Showalter 3. It was like it looked exactly like the same shot, like everything. Like all right, like.
And my thing is like when I saw it, I'm all like there was because I was at work when the game was on, so I saw the video on Twitter.
I watched it live.
I saw it on Twitter. Like I got the update on my phone, and I had to see it. I'm like, okay. So I look at it. I'm all like, they're like, why would they do that? Like if you pick them up at half, you make a tough shot tougher because he doesn't get one. If you pick him up at half, he doesn't get that close to get.
Also, you got the running start, so he was able to like hit it with full full
speed. Like he got the ball and he was gone. So it's
once they broke the press, I mean, they didn't have anybody back there behind him to pick him up.
The closest dude was in the paint.
Yep.
Like that was pretty much a wide open 3.
It still took a lot of, and you saw like the faces of the Wisconsin players when he hit it. They're all just like, no way.
Like what just happened?
How did this happen?
Like really?
Like I thought we were gonna advance. Like I thought it was gonna be a thing.
It's like one of my friends was like he's Wisconsin everything. Like he loves the Packers. He loves Wisconsin.
Everything.
The school.
Like, it was like Ellen May.
But worse.
Oh no way.
I would bet money on that.
Oh, for sure.
But anyway, like I'm watching my other friend Snapchat of him, like he's on his knees, like watching it. He's just like, no. Oh, I'm like, dude. Like when Wisconsin lost the national championship to Duke, he cried. He cried actual tears.
Well, I mean, people are passionate about their sports, man.
It ain't that serious, bro. But anyway,
it's
in
some
cases,
it's not going to affect your life, like your overall quality of your life.
In some cases, it's serious, but. No, there was no need to pick him up full. There was no need to pick them up full court.
And the other thing at the end of that Kentucky game today, I don't know if you got to see the very end, the last possession. Like I don't understand like what they were doing. Like
there was no need for. It didn't help that they went cold. like the
Yeah.
last 2 minutes.
But I
of the
mean,
game.
they tie the game up, right? They tie the game up, and there's like 4.7 or like 7 seconds left in the game.
Enough time to
Yeah, end the game. Yeah. And then what? Like on that inbounds pass, like
they
what?
they didn't foul. They didn't. I mean, there was no need to foul. Like
I mean, it's tied up, so you don't no need to foul. But I just.
like you
You
could
got to pick that guy up off the dribble. You can't let him
made that
penetrate into the
tougher.
post like and just like a little dish off to.
that mid range shot by Mays was essentially uncontested.
Yeah,
wide open.
because of the way they dribbled, he was able to pick off the defender that was like would have
Mm-hmm.
been guarding him, and that way he was just an evil dump off right for the shot. Like what is that? Like, why don't you pick him up at half court? Like, you cannot let him get into the paint on that situation. Like, it just can't happen.
Nope, just
It can't happen.
can't happen. I mean, but at the same time, it's like like we all know these guys aren't bad coaches. Like,
Yeah.
like they don't get to where they are
Yeah.
without being good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's 50-50. Like, it's 50 on the coach, 50 on the player, because in
Yeah.
a situation like that, a coach just can't, like...
And I think it was really like undercoaching by Roy Williams. He could have burned a timeout
Oh, he
right
definitely
after
could've burned a timeout.
like after like the Malik Monk hit the three. You could have used this timeout right there.
Because, like, you could have hit a timeout, but, like, at the same time...
But I think because of the scramble after the three, like I think that benefits just go.
That benefits them. But at the same time, like, they hit that three, you call a timeout, that kind of gives Kentucky momentum.
Also get to reset their defense and
and all
place
that-
over they
all-
want.
and all that noise, because it's like they hit that, like, it looked over before Monk hit that three, and he hit that three, and I'm all
The two in a row. I was like, man, this game is over. And then all of
like,
a sudden,
first Fox hit his in the corner, and then that cut it to...
and then they missed the 1-and-1 on the free throw line.
Mhm.
I don't remember who was at the line, but he missed the first on the 1-and-1, and then they just bang,
bang,
and then the game was over.
like .3. I'm like, wow.
So in that situation, like, what do you think it's the factor that he had so many young players, maybe for like
No,
Kentucky?
I'm not
like,
gonna say the young player, it factors in, but it's not the whole reason, because Duke had young players. Like, North Carolina has a young player. Justin Jackson's a freshman. He's probably their best player.
yeah, but who was it? Perry who had the ball? I can't remember who.
Joe Barry.
I can't remember who had the basketball, like, and brought it up the court and like
Um,
flipped it off to May, who I think is a senior.
I don't remember, but
It doesn't really matter.
it doesn't matter. Like, Kansas had young players. Like,
Yeah, and they got bounced by.
But they got bounced, but at the same time, it's like the young player, it's a factor, but it's not as big as a factor as it used to be. Especially when somebody like Calipari has won a national championship
With young players.
with freshmen,
One and dones.
essentially. One
Yeah.
and dones, and went to another national championship with the
Memphis. I mean,
the Harrison twins were sophomores, so like that class, like the Towns, like his class.
Yeah.
So he had 3 freshmen on that line, plus Devin Booker coming off the bench. So
all right, let's move on to the NBA. All right, so we can talk about a little bit of the storylines. We got like 2 weeks left in the season, so let's talk about the storylines a little bit. Russell Westbrook,
36.
36 triple doubles again today.
All right, now to reiterate, when we first started,
They still lost the game.
When we started
by a
this,
lot.
one of our colleagues, Derek, picked
20.
I don't know how much he picked, but no, like he picked more than we picked. I picked, like, he said, true or false, Westbrook would get like 35 triple doubles on the season.
I said under.
You said under. I picked the line, so I picked him getting 35.
Oh, you were wrong.
Exact. And we were both wrong. This man got 36. He needs 5 to tie.
I don't think he's gonna get 5
He needs 5 to tie.
unless he starts chasing him.
Oscar Robertson for the most to at least tie him for 41.
Unless he starts to chase him, I don't think he's gonna get it. I think it'd be tough. Does he average the triple double? Is that a lock now? Pretty much.
I think it's a lot.
I think it's a lock too. I think it's just a matter of if he's gonna win the MVP or not.
I think it's a lot.
I don't think it's a lock for the MVP. They should do co-MVP in this situation.
No, like I think people would hate that.
I think it's the only way to make it fair.
I believe people would hate that. And Houston, OKC is 41-31. They're in the 6th seed. So, and they're 3 games behind the Clippers for that 5th seed.
I think they'd have to. I think they got to get to the 4th spot in order for him to win it. I don't know. It's just, I think his stats are super padded. I just don't think.
Why is his stats padded?
I think he's chasing this stuff, dude.
You honestly,
I think he's chasing this stuff.
So you honestly don't believe he needs to get the triple-double for them to win?
I just think he needs to shoot like 30, 40 times a game.
Who else is going to shoot?
I don't know. Victor Oladipo's a good player. Sometimes.
Right, sometimes.
All right, well, let's move on. So you think he gets it lock?
Average the triple-double?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How about Bulls? Playoffs, yes, no?
I don't want them to make it.
So that kind of segues into our next, the coaching hot seat.
Oh.
So, I don't want the Bulls to make the playoffs. I think
I don't want them to make
they should miss.
I think I am a firm believer that there should be no teams under 5 that finish with a record under 500 in the playoffs.
You know what they entertained actually, combining the conferences when it comes to playoff time. So the best 16 teams, regardless of conference, make the playoffs, and they just play.
I am all for that.
I hate all these.
No,
mid-level Eastern Conference teams.
Whatever year was it that I forgot who it was, but somebody made the team and somebody made the playoffs and they didn't even win 40 some, they didn't even win 40 games.
Well, I still think if you were to do 16 teams from either conference, I still think you'd have below 500 teams in there.
No.
Are you sure?
The top 16. So hold on, I'm looking at it right now, and it has they number 1 through 8. So would you talking about taking the top 8 from each? Or
No, just regardless.
All of them?
Yeah, the top 16 teams regardless of conference.
Oh, so everybody makes it, essentially.
Everybody that's decent.
Everybody is okay. Because if you was top 16, that would put Brooklyn in.
Never each conference. So you combine the conferences
Okay.
and the 16 best teams, regardless of the conference, they make the playoffs.
Oh,
and then the
so
16 plays
you
one.
combine East and West, and
Yeah.
go from there. You go 1 through 16.
Exactly.
All right, I got you. Well, let's test that out. So I'm gonna write some things down. So number 1 would be Golden State.
San Antonio, Houston.
2 would be San Antonio. 3 is Houston.
And Cleveland.
Yep. Wait. Yeah, 4 is Cleveland. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, by Boston probably be 5, or maybe.
Yeah, Boston's 5.
Washington.
6 is Washington. Wait. Yeah, 6 is Washington.
And Utah, LA.
7 is Utah. 8 is LA, you said?
Probably.
The Clippers? No. 8?
Their records are all pretty close with them in Atlanta.
Toronto would be
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Toronto.
8. Clippers 9. 10 is
Atlanta.
OKC.
They got the same record.
OKC's 41 and 31. Atlanta is
37
37 and 36. Then Memphis, because if we're going over
Memphis, and then
Memphis
Atlanta.
40 and
Indiana.
33. 40 and Memphis.
Atlanta, Indiana.
12. ATL. 13.
Denver.
Indiana. 14.
Denver.
Miami.
But that's already on. That's Miami
13.
and Denver are both under 500. So any way you do it, there's no way to have it be set up that way. These teams just need to get better.
Jesus Christ.
There's no way to have it so you don't have below 500 teams in there.
But that speaks to the mediocrity of the Eastern Conference. We named.
It's the same.
But we named 3 teams in the West before we even got to the Eastern Conference's best team.
Yeah, I mean, but I think because of the top heavy of the Western Conference, I think it's the same thing. It's just the wins are spread out differently.
Come on, but back to the Bulls. I don't want the Bulls. The Bulls don't even deserve to be in the playoffs. But when we say coaches on the hot seat, one, Hoiberg, Garpax, they have their guy. I don't think Hoiberg.
I don't think he's getting fired.
He's not.
I think they're gonna stick it out for one more season.
And why I don't know.
I don't think our foreman. I don't think anything changes. The Bulls are just gonna roll out the same coach, the same GM, the same roster, everything next season. It's gonna be exact same, minus Dwayne Wade, minus Rondo.
And
and a very disgruntled Jimmy Butler.
And they're gonna sign some other name and expect it to work instead of just
Blowing up the roster
and rebuilding, because they care more about ratings and money than they do about actual wins.
Yeah, the son of Jerry Reinsdorf actually came out and already said it. Like, we don't care. We're not going to rebuild. We care more about the ratings and the money than we do about getting a good product on the court. And I was like,
and if I was a fan, I would completely boycott.
It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
I would boycott that.
How often have we talked about this? Like the same scenario, the same situation. Like we talk about boycotting the Bulls. They always show up.
I wouldn't buy a ticket. I wouldn't buy merchandise. I wouldn't buy.
It's never gonna happen.
Anything.
Speaking of another coach in the hot seat, Terry Stotts. I think he's done.
Why so?
I think that team was expected. They spent a lot of money in free agency this summer to bolster up that roster. Everybody thought for sure they'd be a playoff team. And if you do a lot of you watch any of the 2K stuff, like 2K year videos, Portland's always in the playoffs in those videos. They're competing for titles in those videos. They can't even make the playoffs.
In those games, in those videos, Damian Lillard is hardly ever hurt.
Yeah, but he hasn't been hurt that much.
He's been hurt to enough for them to fall off.
No way. I bet he's missed 15 games this season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? You gonna put money on that?
I'm not gonna put money on it. It's not that many. It's not that many to be like, oh, he's hurt, so that's why he didn't make the playoffs. Terry Stotts is probably out. They're gonna get somebody else, a younger coach.
Why is that?
I just think this is you spent a lot of money. You kind of want to win now. I don't think Terry Stotts has gotten the job done this season.
Are they in a position to win now?
Well, they spend money like they are.
Portland's a playoff team at best. They're not contending for anything.
How many games has he played this season?
Let's see if it says.
So far we played 72.
72 games.
So stats.
Why does it do it like this? It goes off.
Go to more. And then it should be game log. There's no stats.
Is this game? I think I hit game log.
Yeah.
Stats.
So you can click on,
16, 17. He's played 67.
So he's missed 5 games.
Out of a possible 72.
Yeah.
No, they made it sound like he was hurt a lot worse than what he was.
Yeah, he is. He's been fine. Yeah, I think he's gonna get fired.
At the
same thing with Stan Van Gundy.
But at the same time, if he's averaging 27 and McCollum's averaging, let's give McCollum.
Well, yeah, maybe they don't really have
and it's just
anybody else.
So you're gonna fire Terry Stotts and he's riding the backs of two young guns, and
it wouldn't surprise me if he got fired.
It would for me, because for that simple reason, he's got 2 young guns who are coming in 90 and 90 out, and he has an inconsistent rest of the team. Like Evan Turner.
Well, I mean, they got lucky. He made the playoffs last season. Nobody thought they'd make the playoffs. I don't know, man. I have a feeling he's gonna get the can.
He shouldn't, but okay.
Stan Van Gundy, potentially.
In Detroit.
Yeah. They went from being a playoff team to a team that's inconsistent, shows up kind of every other night.
They were inconsistent when they made the playoffs.
Yeah, they stay inconsistent. Who else do you think is out? Frank Vogel? Polstra? No way. If they make the playoffs with this roster, no way.
Yeah.
No way.
We talking about Pat Riley.
I think Eric Spoelstra is super safe.
The same Pat Riley that chased LeBron James out of town.
And Stan Van Gundy.
Come on now.
I think he's safe.
I don't.
If he makes the playoffs, I think he's safe.
It doesn't matter.
No question about it.
Cause it attests to the fact that if you playing like this now, what the hell were you doing when you at the beginning of the season when you were 11-30? What happened? No roster moves were made. You didn't make any trades and anything like that. You had the same guys.
I don't know. I mean, Deion Waiters kind of rediscovered himself. You kind of remember they could play in the NBA. But I think the list is going to be pretty short of the guys that actually get fired this season.
Earl Watson could get fired.
Maybe.
In Phoenix.
Maybe. I don't think they expect to win. Why fire a coach who's already on the books? Might as well just let him coach until you get somebody.
No, because the story was Bryce Alford leaves UCLA to go to Indiana, and UCLA hires Earl Watson.
What, are they going to trade?
No, Phoenix fires Earl Watson, UCLA fires
So they got
Bryce
this.
Alford.
Yeah, so
Bryce Alford accepts the Indiana job, which is too late because Archie Miller accepted the Indiana job. So Bryce Alford staying where he's at, but like that was the scenario. Like UCLA fires him, he goes to Indiana. Phoenix fires Earl Watson. Earl Watson goes back home to UCLA.
Who's going to coach Phoenix?
Who the hell cares?
I guess it's still shocking that Earl Watson is even coaching the team. I think the guy, whoever their coach is right now, he might get fired. I don't.
Is that Kenny Atkinson?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's having fun.
Like, if anybody should be fired, like the owner should sell that team for that dumb trade he did, because you went from being the surefire number one overall pick to drafting for Boston essentially.
Yeah, the right to swap with Boston. Like, that trade is just like
that was just a bad trade.
Who was the GM when they did that? Billy Knight, Billy King.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was not a good decision.
No.
Yeah. How about the Western Conference? I mean,
anybody getting fired?
I mean, besides, I said Terry Stotts is the only one I can really think of. Everybody else is kind of in a hardcore rebuild.
If Mark Cuban didn't have that relationship with Carlisle would definitely be fired.
I think whenever Dirk decides to retire, Carlisle will probably retire too.
Just be done.
Yeah. He'll be like, I had a good run. Yeah, it was fun while it lasted. I got a title out of it.
Who's coaching New Orleans right now?
Elvin Gentry.
Oh yeah, that's right. Nah,
I think he's safe too. Like one more season of Boogie and Anthony Davis, to have a little bit of fun.
If Boogie decides to stay.
He's under contract next season. He can't go anywhere.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. The opt-out was he could only sign an extension with Sacramento, but he's still under contract next summer for next entire one more season after this one. So they get him for an entire year, which is why I don't understand why they gave him up for Buddy Hield and a first-round pick.
Then what was this talking about?
Because if it's Sacramento, he had the opportunity to sign an extension, like to extend his current deal. But he doesn't have that opportunity in New Orleans. There's something to do with like the way the new CBA is set up.
Well, he already lost like $30 million because he got traded, and if he leaves New Orleans, he loses another $30 million. So that's why, like, he goes from 179 million to 149 million if he leaves.
Which could have been 200 million.
209.
Yeah. That's gotta stink.
Oh yeah.
No, 30 million, dude. That's a lot of money, man. I can't even imagine what I would do with $30 million.
Retire, never work a day in my life.
I would still work. I would still work. Have some fun with working and such. All right, let's move on to the NFL. So we're gonna look at some mocks. We're gonna go through our 26 through 32. We're basically gonna finish off the league, and and talk about our in our draft. Little preview stuff we've been working on.
Talk about our friend Joe Thomas a little bit.
Yeah, he needs to stay in his lane.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with so we talked about the Houston Texans last time. If you guys are just checking in with us, so now we're gonna go through the Seattle to now what's the Saints now. So Seattle, they need offensive lineman help. Most of the mock jacks has them taking Cam Robinson or Jared Boyles from Utah.
Jared Boyles from Utah?
Yeah, an offensive tackle. They need one. They had never really replaced Russell Okung.
Where are we at right now?
26.
26?
Yeah. They need offensive line help in a bad way. Like, Russell Wilson is...
This guy from Fox, he has Garrett Bowles.
Yeah, the offensive tackle from Utah.
Yeah.
I think if Cam Robinson's still here at 26, that would be a steal.
I doubt he'd be there at 6. See who Bucky Brooks has.
Oh, I do like the Bucky Brooks.
Come on, don't do that.
Come on, Bucky Brooks.
Come on, Bucky.
Come on, don't let us down. We need you.
Bucky.
Yeah, we need you.
26. Fabian Moreau,
cornerback?
a corner out of UCLA.
I guess something. If Earl Thomas retires, they're gonna need somebody to play.
Earl Thomas isn't even a corner. He's a safety.
I know he's a safety, but they're gonna need another secondary person. They can probably move Richard Sherman to a safety.
But you can never go wrong with adding secondary help.
Yeah, that's true. But if you have the opportunity to take an offensive lineman, I think that's a glaring need for this team,
especially for Seattle.
Yeah, they spent money on Eddie Lacy, they want him to just eat until he can't stop.
He has a weight clause.
Yeah, I know. If he hits a certain amount of weight, he gets extra money in his contract.
If he doesn't gain any weight.
Yeah, they just want him to eat until he can't
Tony
anymore.
Romo should have health clauses in his contracts. Whoever gives him
NFL,
signs him, they should give him a health clause.
NFL contracts are already not fully guaranteed anyways.
Should give him a health clause. Like, bro, if you play 10 games, you get 500,000. If you play 12, you get $1 million or something like that. If you play the whole
He's
season.
already under contract. They're not gonna, unless they release him, which is never gonna happen. Man, Tony Romo made that video, and now he's just stuck there.
Just sit there.
Yeah, he's stuck there.
Like, if A-Lace can get weight clauses, like Tony Romo should get a health clause in his contract.
Maybe you have Jay Cutler a positive attitude clause. You have to promise to always have a positive attitude every time you're on the field. You have to be smiling all the time.
Like, this whole attitude thing is, I think, BS.
Hogwash.
Yeah.
Hogwash.
That's bull. Like, come on.
Jay Cutler looked like an unhappy person whenever he was like on the bench. He didn't look happy. I wouldn't be happy either if I was
wouldn't
like.
I wouldn't be happy either if my O-line couldn't stay healthy, my targets couldn't stay healthy, and my front office was terrible.
The defense stunk.
Like, come on.
All right, let's move on to Kansas City. So yeah, they have him taking Mike Williams, who's no way going to be here at 27.
Bucky Brooks has Deshaun Watson at 27.
That's they have one of those. Well, they're gonna need Alex Smith is gonna play forever. So I mean, they're gonna need somebody to be like the heir apparent.
And I kind of feel like Watson fits Andy Reid's scheme.
Yeah.
Kind of like his Donovan McNabb.
And he wouldn't have to play right away. He can sit behind Alex Smith for 1-2 seasons if he needs to. Whatever Alex Smith, decides that he wants to be an analyst or something on TV.
Zach Cunningham. Also, Justin Houston does get hurt a lot.
He does.
Corey Davis at receiver.
And Tom Ali's not getting any younger.
Nope. Corey Davis at receiver.
Yeah, they need wide receiver help besides
Jeremy Maclin.
Jeremy Maclin. They don't.
Alex Smith can't throw the Travis Kelce 50 times a game.
He could, but it probably wouldn't be a good idea.
No, because he would get double teamed. And Travis Kelce,
he does get double teamed already.
Travis Kelce is amazing. Like, he is. Before it was Gronk and Jimmy Graham, now it's Gronk and Travis Kelce. Like, Travis Kelce has taken that spot as number 2 tight end in the league, in my opinion.
I don't think it's even a debate. I think it's just like 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I think it's easy. I can't believe they have Mike Williams still here at 27. Like, what?
Who is this guy, and why don't we know his name? What is his name?
It's Rob Rang.
Rob Rang, you need to be fired, sir. You need to update this list.
Let's not throw people under the bus.
I am throwing people under the bus.
Let's not throw people under the bus.
Everybody gets thrown under the bus. No one is safe.
I mean, yeah, Mike Williams. So moving on to Dallas. So like most of these mocks have a defensive end or a.
Bucky has Charles Harris. So do three
of these guys, and then they got the tight end. Jason Witten, he's not a spring chicken anymore, and he's eventually going to retire or play forever.
Is that the guy on the far right? Does he have the same guy?
Yeah, it's a tight end. The guy from Miami.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
David Njoku.
Njoku.
Yeah. Charles Harris.
That's a fun name to say.
Comes from Missouri.
Njoku.
And they need,
I would address their second. I would pick a corner or a safety with.
Well, they lost Barry Church.
And Carr. Carr's
gone.
Like, so I would
San Diego? No, I don't know.
I don't know where he went, but I would get a safety or a corner with this pick.
It's possible there's nobody to take here. I mean, unless
I think they lost Claiborne too.
No, Claiborne is still there. I think they picked up his 5th option.
No, I think they let him go.
Really?
I think so. So the only corner that they have is Scandrick, Orlando Scandrick,
who's old as hell, super old. Like he wrote the book on being old.
Oh, get out of here!
Orlando Scandrick's pretty old, dude. He's like 38, dude. Like he is, yeah. He's up there, dude.
Oh my god!
How old do you think Orlando Scandrick is?
Not 38.
Yeah, dude, he is, dude.
Not 38.
How old is he?
He's 30.
Oh, I thought he was older than that.
Right. Say you're sorry.
I'm sorry, Orlando Scandrick. I'm very sorry. Didn't they have another old corner that's still in the league that's like 38 years old?
It's probably Brandon Carr.
No, Brandon Carr's not that old.
Then why did everybody call him used Carr?
He's only 30.
Brandon Carr is 30?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah. He's been in the league forever, but he's only 30.
Been in the league forever, but he's only 30.
He's a Raven, by the way. No.
Who cares?
Okay.
He was garbage in Dallas. He's going to be garbage there. Yeah, Bo Claiborne went to the Jets.
Oh. Well, yeah, they don't have anybody playing corner for them now.
So they need a lot of corner and safety. And
they need a lot of everything.
They also have O-line holes because Doug Free retired.
And
Lyle Collins is gone.
And they the other guy went to Denver.
I thought that was Collins.
No,
Collins didn't go to Denver?
that was Somebody else. Okay, his name is escaping me right
Can't
now.
remember that, but
Yeah.
but
Leary? Yeah, Leary.
all right.
Leary went to Denver. What happened to Collins?
Collins went to. Oh, never mind. He's still there. I take
Yeah,
that back.
I think you're thinking about Leary.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I take that back.
That's good. I mean, yeah, but there might be not. I mean, I don't know. I think they're going to be fine with their offensive line. I don't think any of those guys were starters. And Doug Free was kind of their weak link anyways.
But at the same time, they weren't that O-line without him. So
That's true.
moving on.
Moving on to Green Bay. Here they have, a bunch of them have an offensive line. They need a corner, like, in the worst way ever.
They need everything.
And, they have a TJ Watt. It's kind of a fun idea.
Bucky Brooks says Christian McCaffrey sliding all the way down to Green Bay.
Let's see what this guy's got.
Bucky Brooks.
Yeah, TJ Watt. I think if you Forrest Lamp, offensive guard.
Adoree Jackson.
Yeah, I've seen him jump into the first round a little bit now. He's an interesting, they need to get a new returner, so.
Yeah, Micah Hyde's gone.
Yeah, Micah Hyde was their returner. I mean, they could have this guy be their best corner all of a sudden.
Peppers went back to Carolina.
Yeah.
Clay Matthews ain't young.
Clay Matthews can't stay healthy either.
Can't stay.
Yeah, he's hurt all the time. You think this could be one of those years where the Packers kind of stink?
I hope.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be so
Who's going to run the ball for them?
They probably going to switch Ty Montgomery to running back for like his.
Because they released big money, and then they released.
They got rid of Lacey.
Yeah.
So you switch you make Ty Montgomery your primary running back.
They're going to throw it 60 times a game.
And they're going to have to. Like, that one game against the Bears in Lambeau, Aaron Rodgers threw the ball 56 times. I'm all like, you have to throw the ball 56 times to beat the Bears?
Well, sometimes it takes that. We're tough.
Like it took you 56 throws to beat the Bears.
The Bears are tough.
How is your arm still attached to your body?
The Bears are tough, dude. They're really tough.
Don't get me wrong, the defense wasn't that bad when everybody came back.
Yeah, true. All right, so the Steelers.
Defense.
They need defense all over. Their offense is fine. They need anything defensively. Like, whoever the best defensive player on the board is, just take them. Whoever it is.
This guy Bucky Brooks has them getting Tim Williams a D out of.
I love Tim Williams, dude. I think he's the second best pure pass rusher in the draft.
I would like to think they would address the QB situation because Ben Roethlisberger ain't young and he can't stay healthy, and Landry Jones ain't the QB for the future for them.
I think they can wait another season, maybe two. I think they can get somebody later, like a Chad Kelly, and let Chad Kelly sit for a season.
Why? Why are you so big?
I like Chad Kelly, dude.
This is a guy with knee problems. I don't want anyone on my team.
He gets an opportunity to sit. He gets an opportunity to sit for a season. He's the nephew of Jim Kelly.
Who cares? Jim Kelly went to 4 straight Super Bowls. Ain't won a damn thing. That should tell you everything.
He's in the Hall of Fame, man.
Moving on.
All right, Atlanta. So they choked away the Super Bowl. Now they get the 31st pick in the draft.
Choked away the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
I don't think they have any glaring holes.
Oh, defense.
I mean, yeah, they could always use another corner or, like, a defensive end. You can always use pass rushers.
Because Dwight Freeney is not. Wait, was it Freeney? No.
He's old.
Mathis. Yeah. One of them played.
Dwight Freeney played for them, and he is not a young person.
Dwight Freeney is at least 35, 36.
Dwight Freeney is 39.
39. Oh, he is not.
He's got to be. Yeah, dude, he is old. He is a really old man. He was played with Peyton Manning.
Dwight Freeney is at least 37.
What do you mean at least?
At least.
Yeah, dude, he's 37 years old.
He's 37?
Yeah, he just turned 37.
Jesus, I am good at what I do. Anyway. And he's a free agent, so no one signed Dwight Freeney.
Nobody needs for services of the. He came with the spin move though. Come on, he's fun.
The ageless wonder.
Yeah.
Him and Robert Mathis probably got the best.
Robert Mathis retired.
Yeah, I know, but they probably got the best spin moves.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, it was awesome.
like you knew it was coming.
Couldn't do anything about it.
Anything about it. Like they would swim move they would spin move like 30 times and probably only blocked it twice. I'm just exaggerating, but
yeah.
They would just spin move all over again.
They would spin their way right up.
It was just like spin move. All right, you block that one, spin it again.
Like a top.
How do you not get dizzy?
And then so 32 of the Saints they traded with New England to get they gave up Brandon Cooks, and so now they got the 32nd pick.
Bucky Brooks has them getting Adoree Jackson.
They need a corner bad. They released Jarvis Bird.
Jarius
Bird?
Yeah.
Okay, well, fair enough. But they released him. Man, remember how much hype there was when they signed him originally?
Yeah.
Like, they were like,
Well, no, he was not a part of that Super Bowl team, but never mind.
No, he wasn't. He was on Buffalo, wasting his career. And then he went to New Orleans and wasted some more of his career.
Yeah, because the Rob Ryan luster kind of lustered out.
Yeah, Rob Ryan's never going to coach again in the NFL.
And Rex Ryan should never coach again in the NFL. But
He should be a defensive coordinator somewhere.
No, he shouldn't.
Yeah, dude.
No, he shouldn't.
And they would let him get him sound bites and put him in front of the microphone all the time.
He should never coach again because he's a defensive coach, and when he took over Buffalo, every defensive stat for Buffalo dropped. Like he had Mario Williams dropping back in coverage. Like, what is wrong with you?
Mario Williams is he's not young anymore. How old do you think Mario Williams is?
He's about 32.
32. For sure. Reggie Bush is,
Seen better days.
Yeah. The Saints, they need defensive help, but I don't care what they take. Like, whoever the best defensive player is on your board at this point, you just take whoever it is.
Just like every team should have an agenda. Every team does have an agenda in going into the draft, but I feel like year after year, teams should just go in and like after a season and recognize what the problem is and be like, all right, this year's draft, nothing but offense or nothing but defense. Like,
this guy's got him taking Christian McCaffrey.
Dude, if he goes to New Orleans, that is nuts. Like, he would just give another weapon to Drew Brees. Yeah, he would. They do need another weapon because Brandon Cooks is now a Patriot. So
yeah, but they have a ton of receivers. They have Mark Ingram.
They have Mark Ingram, but
I like
he
Mark
doesn't
Ingram.
have to. Like, that's the best thing about Christian McCaffrey. He doesn't have to play running back.
I understand. They have Willie Snead. They have
Willie Snead.
Brandon Coleman.
Willie Snead.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he has Willie Snead.
I like Willie Snead. He's good.
You're gonna put your faith in Willie Snead.
Yeah, and what about Coleman? Coleman's a decent receiver.
Right. Are any one of those guys Brandon Cooks?
No.
Okay, then moving on.
He's not. He's
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then they could eventually they're gonna have to need the backup for Drew Brees at some point, right?
At some point. Drew Brees is 37.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah, Brady
and he's been good. Their team has not been good for
Brady turns 40 in August. Drew Brees turns 38, maybe 39. So those are the two oldest QBs in the league right now. Phillip Rivers is getting up there in age. Phillip Rivers has to be about 36.
Nah, dude, he's not that old.
One bet?
I no, but I'm sure he's like 33.
Oh God, no.
I'm sure he's getting old. But he's not that old yet.
Phillip Rivers is getting pretty old. Eli Manning is old.
They're the same age, probably.
Phillip Rivers is 35, so that's pretty old.
Yeah. Drew Brees is 38.
He's turning 39.
He turns 39 in January.
Right.
So he just turned 38.
He just turned 38.
He's had a birthday. Happy birthday, Drew Brees.
Happy belated,
Yeah.
Drew Brees. Drew Brees was like my second favorite quarterback
Ever? Yeah, I always liked Drew Brees. Because he's like, good for like the city and like he raises a lot of money, does good things.
Could have been a Dolphin. Could have saved Nick Saban's NFL career, but
things happen.
team doctor said no, and Drew Brees goes to New Orleans, and one Super Bowl later, and a bunch of stats later. Yeah,
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
No
All right,
doubt.
so let's Joe Thomas,
Joe Thomas,
future Hall of Famer Joe Thomas.
good old Joe, no doubt about it, future Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Joe Thomas, one of the NFL's Iron Men. I don't think Joe Thomas has missed that many games in his
He's
prolific career.
I think he's like the fourth player ever in the history of the NFL to go like to 10 straight Pro Bowls
Something like
to
that.
start his career. So if he goes to 11, I think he'll be breaking a record.
Which is
That's
on the
impressive.
Browns.
On the Browns,
On
like
the Browns.
who stink. Like they stay stinking.
That's impressive. That is impressive.
From the
but
Derek Anderson age to whoever else they wanted to roll out there, he made the Pro Bowl.
He's been there.
Yeah.
He's been there through thick and thin. Why would you not want to leave?
I don't know.
Like,
Maybe he likes living in Cleveland.
who would like that?
He's like got the factories he can look at and such.
Like Lake Erie. Like Lake Erie's probably good, but it ain't like Michigan. You feel me? Like,
Yeah. Well, he's just going to come to Chicago.
I don't want him. Like,
So he basically said that Colin Kaepernick, the reason like he's not being signed is
no
that
one
he's
wants to
the
like,
distraction.
Yeah, like no one wants a distraction from a backup QB. Richard Sherman said Colin Kaepernick at his best could start for 20 teams.
We went through the list. I think he could start for 20 teams.
In the NFL.
He could start for Buffalo. He could start for Cleveland. He could start for Chicago. He could start for Miami. He could start for Tampa Bay, L.A., San Diego. I don't know. That's close.
That's close.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
they don't got anybody right now. Tom Savage is their starter.
I said Houston, and I thought Dallas.
He can start for Dallas too. He's probably better than
Dak.
Yeah, Dak Prescott right now.
He would benefit from that O-line in Dallas.
Yeah.
He could start in
Well, how about
Minnesota.
this make an easier list? How about the places he couldn't go?
Okay, he couldn't go to New England.
Atlanta,
He can't go to Atlanta. He can't go to the Colts.
New Orleans,
Can't go there.
Green Bay,
Can't go there.
Seattle.
Can't go there. Can't go to the Giants.
I think he could start at I think he's better than Eli Manning right now.
Yeah.
Eli Manning is.
But it's Eli.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
2 times. He can't go to Baltimore.
Oh yes, he could, dude. Joe Flacco, come on, man. Joe Cool, no, dude, get out. He hasn't been good since he won the Super Bowl.
True. I question his.
You couldn't go to Pittsburgh.
Couldn't go to Pittsburgh.
Like, better
Like those are places he would be a backup for sure.
Yeah, but he could start. Like I don't know. Like, what do you think it's gonna take for somebody to finally like put him on their roster?
Someone's got to grow some balls and not care what people say.
I feel like this is something like Ozzie Newsome would do. Like just bring him on.
Like the NFL.
Like I don't understand. Like
no, I don't think the NFL understands how bad this makes the league look as a whole. Like let me break that down. I can abuse women, drugs, and alcohol. Serve whatever little suspension I get, and come back. I can do all those terrible things and come back, but I can't stand up for what I believe in. And because you don't agree with it, or because you feel like I should have found another way to express my feelings, I'm a distraction. How is Johnny Manziel meeting with Sean Payton?
This is the thing that I don't understand. Colin Kaepernick has raised a ton of money. Like, he does really good work in the community. Like, he's a good man. Like, Colin Kaepernick is a really good person. And because the NFL has this so bad. Like, I don't understand. Like, this guy raises money for good causes. He works hard in the community.
He does things that those people don't do.
Yeah, and because he wanted to kneel, just he didn't make it. He was saying a word about it. He didn't say anything. He just what I'm saying.
It just so happened to get caught.
Yeah, just caught. You did it for 2 games before they even noticed. And it was this is everybody complains oh, you guys the protests are too violent, blah blah this and blah blah that. So Colin Kaepernick does it the way that people say it's supposed to be done.
And all of a sudden it's fine another way. Well, I still haven't heard someone tell him how to I still haven't heard someone come up with another way to protest.
What is he gonna do? What do they want him to do?
Really haven't heard anything.
You want him to start burning some stuff, burn buildings down?
You want him to start blocking traffic with marches because every time that happens it becomes find another way. Do something so he finds another way, and he uses the biggest platform that you could possibly do it on, and all of a sudden he's a distraction. Well, Mr. Joe Thomas, I bet money you wish Colin Kaepernick was your quarterback over the quarterbacks you had. Moving on.
Whoever it happens to be.
Whoever that you really tell me you take Cody Kessler, Joe Thomas over Colin Kaepernick right now? Or Kevin Hogan and his one knee over Colin Kaepernick right now?
I like Kevin Hogan.
Or whoever else is there? Come on, man.
I totally agree with you. I think it's
someone's
got to give.
Some front office is gonna have to take just be courage your convictions and just go. Are you gonna get scrutinized with it? Yes, but at the end of the day, just sign. At the end of the day,
Colin Kaepernick is such a
he's not terrible. He's not it's not like he sucks. The guy went in 12 games and 12 games he played. In 12 games he didn't even start in all those 12 games. He threw 16 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, and his QBR was 91.
It's not his fault the team around him was.
It's not his fault the team around him was garbage.
And
Torrey Smith was his number 1 receiver.
Well, no, I think it was probably the guy that was on the Jets forever.
Who?
Oh my God, his name is just
That's how you know it's irrelevant. He was on the Jets.
Jeremy Curley was probably his number 1 receiver last
Wow.
year. Yeah, dude, Jeremy Curley's fun.
Who's a career number 2, number 3,
3, 4, 5, 6.
Lucky to make the depth chart receiver.
They gave him an extension too. Like, oh man, like, ugh.
So I'm all like, people need to realize, like, come on, man, like, what he did really wasn't that bad. Like, oh, he's disrespecting the flag. Well, he's disrespecting the troops. Well, he has friends and family, and that's both military personnel and
he's raised money for those
and police
organizations.
personnel.
Like,
He's raised money for them. He's raised money for foster kids because he was a foster kid. He ended a famine in an entirely different country.
Somalia, like Somalia is like a bad country.
Like Somalia is one of the worst places in the world.
Yeah.
And he delivered 60. Like, he got a plane in Turkey to deliver 60 tons of food
To a bad country.
to a very bad country, like to a place where people wouldn't even imagine going, let alone living there.
Like,
people don't even talk about Somalia.
Like, they got the anarchy. Like they have no government there. Like, people just do whatever they
Like,
want.
the first thing that comes to the mind of, like, people when you say Somalia is pirates.
Yeah. What?
And like people say it has nothing to do with race. Oh, like,
Of course it does.
Of course it does. But I'm all like, then they throw out the name like Geno Smith got signed. Well, Geno Smith, like, is garbage.
Geno Smith, come on.
Geno Smith threw one pass last year.
And then he got injured.
Literally, he threw one pass. Like,
He got hurt right away. He got punched in the face by his own teammate.
So if it's not about if it's not about race, if it's not about being a distraction, name another. Like, Johnny Manziel is possibly the biggest distraction out there, and he's meeting with Sean Payton.
It's
Like, Johnny Manziel ain't touched a football field
2 years.
in
A year and a half.
practically 2 years, and somehow he's recovering. He's this, he's that, and he's getting a meeting with Sean Payton. But Colin Kaepernick's actually played every year he's been in the league.
Well, he was injured one season, but I don't think he missed the whole thing.
He didn't play the whole. I don't think he was in and out.
Yeah.
The season he was injured.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Whatever year they went 8-8.
I don't know. I think somebody's got to give. I feel like this is like where Ozzie Newsome Ozzie Newsome seems like the kind of guy that would give like this opportunity to Colin Kaepernick. I just think it's absurd that he hasn't found a team, like somebody to give him a chance. Like, I just feel like the NFL has decided that like Colin Kaepernick isn't in the future plans of the NFL.
Like Shannon Sharp, he highlighted. So he like when he won on San Fran, it's because he had all those Pro Bowlers around him and so like that helped him. But when he lost, it like he was putting up numbers. Oh, it's because he sucks. He's just padding stats. So when they win, it's because of the help he has, and when he loses, it's because of the talent around him. I just have a question. Isn't that like every QB in the league?
And a lot of NBA players.
Like,
not mentioning any names.
Like when Aaron Rodgers loses Jordy Nelson, it's who's he gonna throw to? And when Jordy Nelson is gone for a long period of time and he has a Geronimo Allison to throw to, it's he didn't have any, and they lose. He didn't have anybody. He didn't have any help.
He didn't have offensive line.
He didn't have this. He didn't have that. So when Colin Kaepernick does, it's just he sucks. Do you see the double standard I'm saying?
No, I understand, but I think Aaron Rodgers is a bad comparison because Aaron Rodgers has got a.
It's really not though.
Aaron Rodgers has got a ring. Like,
it's really not, and look at all the help he had.
Aaron Rodgers won that ring on his own.
Look at all the help he had.
Yeah, I think the double standard.
No, it's a fair comparison because Colin Kaepernick went head to head with Aaron Rodgers
and whooped him up pretty good into the
Yeah.
playoffs. Like, Aaron Rodgers, like when you were like as Packer fans, like when the prospect of playing the San Francisco 49ers, the players was like, no, can't happen. We're gonna lose.
It's just like, wow. It's just like you go out and you see this buzzsaw Colin Kaepernick for the first time, and it's just like you underestimated him completely.
Remember when we played the Bears? Remember the Bears? The first time he ever played, like first start of his career was against the Bears. What did he put up, like 55 points against us?
It felt like it.
No, I think he did. I think it was like some absurd amount of like he was just like bam, Colin Kaepernick all over the place.
Like it felt like it, but at the same time, it's like Joe Thomas just. Don't call someone a distraction when your team can't even find a serviceable quarterback to play 16 games.
I feel like Colin Kaepernick is going to end up in Baltimore at some point. I think it's going to happen.
Ozzie Newsome was
Yeah, I think that's like where the most obvious place for him to go.
Like if I'm a team and I have quarterback problems, like if I'm a Jacksonville, if I'm in Houston, if I'm a somebody even if it's just a meager backup role.
Jacksonville was interesting because Blake Bortles has never had any real competition behind him. So you give him like Colin Kaepernick, someone who's been to a Super Bowl, like this is your competition. You either step up or step out.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. And Shannon Sharp, like he summed it up perfect. Like I like the way he said it. He was all like, if you're not hiring, you're not hiring. Nothing I can do about that. But don't be hiring and not just hiring me. That's why I have a problem.
It's like the fact that Johnny Manziel is able to meet with NFL teams and like Colin Kaepernick, it's just like it's absurd.
That should say everything right there.
And he's got domestic violence in his past. He's got like the alcoholism.
Like I said, I can abuse women, drugs, and alcohol,
and apparently children,
which I think is some bull. Like you ain't gonna tell me how to raise my kid, a la Adrian Peterson.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna tell me how to raise my kid.
I think that at some point though you take it too far.
But at the end of the day, I can abuse. I can do all that terrible stuff. Like Dante Stallworth had a vehicular manslaughter charge on him, and he played up until his trial, and he got sentenced. He killed somebody.
He played the season after he got the conviction.
And played.
Yeah, he was on the New England Patriots, I think, at some point. Like, yeah, he was still in the league even after he got after the conviction. Like, he still was in the league.
Insane. Like, so it's like.
But it wasn't really. They seen footage. It wasn't really his fault, quote unquote. But he still killed a guy.
It's still a bad look. So like, this is the NFL. I can abuse alcohol, but I can't smoke weed. I get in more trouble for smoking weed than I do abusing if I put my hands on a woman, which is completely backwards.
Marijuana is like gonna be legal in the United States in like 5 years.
Like I can do all these other terrible things, but I can't stand up for what I believe in. Otherwise, I'm gonna get blackballed by the NFL, and people are gonna take it personal, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with him. If he's such a bad teammate and a locker room divider, why did he win the 49ers team MVP?
And like I think those two players were rallying around Colin Kaepernick. Like they looked like they rooted for Colin Kaepernick. He brought that locker room together.
When it first started, of course Alex Boone was against, but when he found out what it was for, he backed him up. Like he stood by him. Like okay, that's something to stand for. Why can't people understand that?
I think it's because I just don't think. I'm not 100% sure. I really don't know.
Like, why can't people understand that? Why can't people understand that the fact that you can abuse drugs, women, and alcohol and still keep your job, but you can't stand up for what you believe.
And there's got to be like Colin Kaepernick wants to know that it was going to be like this kind of backlash before he even got involved with any of it. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to make a stance like this, publicly make a stance like this, and do something like this. Like it's got to take a lot of courage, and people don't seem to respect the fact that it wasn't easy for him to do this.
So I want to when the question was first posed on not Facebook, Instagram by First Take, is Colin Kaepernick being blackballed, and I'm all like, of course I'm like yes. I'm all like, if he was white, y'all would call it courageous. Like, can you imagine if Aaron Rodgers took a knee? Or Drew Brees, or Tom Brady? I can't,
actually.
Or Phillip Rivers, somebody like that.
I can't imagine that, actually. I don't,
Well, no, I'm all like, but I'm just saying, if one of them took a stand for, one of them decided to stand up for something they believe in. It could be anything. Can you imagine, that's what a stand-up guy he is.
Well, I mean, it's even in the NBA, LeBron James, they wore a shirt, they wear shirts the warm-up shirts, oh yeah, that's courageous wearing that warm-up shirt.
But that's the thing, it's just the one time and then it's done. Colin Kaepernick did this the whole season.
Yeah, every week.
So they use special LeBron and the ESPYs to speak out. The ESPYs come around once every year.
Colin Kaepernick did this every week.
Every week and every day. And he does this every day. But somehow those guys who do it once every blue moon are more stand up than the guy who does it every day. Like I said, if he was white.
Well, I mean it's all the standard and there's a lot of those kind of double standards in our country.
If he was white, they would call it courageous. Keep in mind, Muhammad Ali wasn't beloved until he lost his ability to speak for himself. When he couldn't talk anymore.
Everybody loved him.
That's when everybody loved Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, it's
And I proved that. I proved that out. I proved that point on the Instagram debate I got into, and the dude he comments like he's one of the most quoted people of all time. Like he was beloved his whole career. I'm all like, really? Muhammad Ali was beloved his whole career. When he chose to protest the Vietnam War, why did they strip him of his title? Why did they revoke his boxing license? Why did they try to throw him in jail? You don't do that to someone who's beloved. NFL teams, grow a pair. Forget the backlash. Just face it head on. Forget what Trump has to say because he don't control anything. He has more important things to worry about than why Colin Kaepernick can't get a job. Worry about fixing this the healthcare system like you promised, like you said you were gonna do.
he said he was gonna get rid of Obamacare. He couldn't.
He couldn't even do that. But somehow you have everything to do with
Colin
Kaepernick not getting a job because you're gonna send out a nasty tweet to the NFL. Like, dude, do something with your life. Be the president. How about that?
Yeah, run the country, please.
Run the country.
Leave the NFL alone.
NFL, grow a pair. Forget the backlash. Sign the dude because he can still help. He can still play. He can still help a team win. He's not that far removed from being one pass interference play away or one great defensive play away from winning the Super Bowl. However you look at it.
And he's not that far from going to a second Super Bowl.
And he's not that far from going to a second.
That's only 4 seasons ago.
People act 4 years was a long time ago.
No, it's not.
It's
not.
People still remember stuff from 10 years ago. They can definitely remember something 4 years ago.
Yeah. Real quick. So you want to talk about the Devin Booker thing a little bit or no?
Yes. I love the fact that he put up 70 in the game because
it's the most padded stat line
what did you have again? Why?
I think
How was it padded?
How was it padded? They were losing by 30 points. He kept... Earl Watson was calling timeouts and running plays for him when they're losing by 30 points.
And they came back.
No, they didn't. They lost by 30 points. 10 points. They lost by 10 points, but they were down by a ton. And Earl Watson calling timeouts, running plays for him, shooting. I know he did shoot a good percentage, and I appreciate that.
Maybe he was the only one that had it going that night.
Obviously.
Maybe.
You score 70 points and you still lose the game.
So what? He put up 70, and that's the fourth.
It's the youngest. It's the most points by any the youngest player to ever score 70 points.
More than
most amount of points.
Is that the most points in the loss? I never found that.
I didn't look it up. I'm sure it is.
Probably has to be.
I'm sure it is, dude.
What is that? The fourth highest scoring game?
Oh, yeah, I mean it's Kobe, David Robinson's game, and then
Wilt,
Wilt,
Kobe, David Robinson.
I feel like there's another big one, but I can't think.
Say he's fourth because Jordan's career high is 69.
I just think he's if you want to watch highlights of it looked like they just were yo.
Well, it's not like he was cherry picking when LeBron.
No, I know, but you could tell the game was way out of hand, and Earl Watson was just you know what, I'm just gonna get this guy 70 points right now.
I don't think it was like that at all.
No, dude, it was, dude.
It's not. That dude scored 70 points and he only made 4 3-pointers. You would think if someone scored 70 points, they running and gunning threes the whole night.
That's true. Yeah, that field goal percentage actually.
He got to the line a lot too.
Yeah, he had 24 25 at the line.
And he was he shot over 50% from the field.
That's actually when I first saw when I heard he scored 70 points, I figured his field goal percentage was going to be something woeful,
something
bad.
terrible, right?
Yeah, and I was 52%.
That dude shot 52% and scored 70 points. Give credit where credit is due. Stop talking about it's padded. Stop talking about this, that, and it's this, that, and some other.
I'm sorry, Devin Booker. I respect your 70-point night. Okay,
good job. Jesus Christ.
And on that note, the Triangle's gonna sign out. We will see you guys next week. We'll talk about who's going into the national championship game. Talk about the NBA playoffs, maybe a little MVP conversation. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Gotta wait on some more people to declare.